welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager Series. I hope you are all doing well on this Tuesday evening. And yes, we're back to continue the series in 2027, our third season now with Maserati, and the third race of the season as we head to Suzuka. So, started the season opener in Australia, and that was a little bit of a worry in terms of our pace, but it was very DRS heavy track. And we turned things around last time out in China, where Antonelli, well, finished P2 and Colapinto finished P3. I nearly said started there because that's exactly where they start for this race. So finished P2 and P3 last time out, and they've qualified P2, P3. The man dominating here in 2027 is Max Verstappen. I think he won by 35 plus seconds in Australia, 20 plus seconds in China, and he's put it on pole here today. So we're looking pretty good in terms of constructor points early on in this 2027 season, but we've got work to do if we can become a driver champion and take the fight to Max, because he's looking very good so far. OP Joe, hello buddy, how's it going? Hope you're well. Hello Callie, first stream, hope you enjoy it. Good stuff, glad to have you in. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, qualified P2 with Antonelli, P3 with Colapinto. I'd like to say I'm confident of a double podium, but who knows what can happen around here. And it's whether we can take the fight to Max Verstappen. But I say let's not delay, let's get in then and start this Japanese Grand Prix.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in
Soren, hello buddy, how's it going?
Race.
Hope you're well.
A short moment of time to themselves to focus on the race ahead.
Of course, as always, even if you're jumping in nice and early, do me a massive favour and smash that like button. As we're about to get underway here in Suzuka. As I say, Max Verstappen on ball.
Anything can happen in Formula One.
Anything can happen, Crofty, but we're hoping nothing bad happens to our drivers.
It's the Japanese Grand Prix.
Here we go then. We've got 4 lights, we've got 5. And they're held for a little while here as Max Verstappen gets us underway then. Antonelli starts P2 for us, P3 for Colapinto. We are on a split strategy. They are both on a 2-solid, both going to use 1 set of mediums, 2 sets of softs, but Colapinto's going to start on mediums, then go soft, soft. Antonelli's going soft, medium, soft. So we're splitting the strategy a little bit. Great back from vacation, good stuff on holiday. Good stuff, good to hear. Right, so Max Verstappen gets away in first then, started on pole. Antonelli comfortably in P2 as he's challenging Max, and Colapinto stays in P3. OP Joe, I'll be back later, no worries buddy. Hope to catch you later. Right, so opening lap then, we stay as we qualified, so that's the first part done. Stay in P2, P3, now that's where we can take the fight to Max Verstappen here. He has started on the mediums as well. As I say, Antonelli's on the softs, not too much between the two compounds, I will say.
Try to slow down a bit.
What about Colapinto? What's he got behind him? He's got a soft runner of Perez. We'll see how we go. The good thing is, unlike the Red Bull, which is the case, has been the case in real life, Max Verstappen has not got his teammate to help him out here. We can play 2 against 1 here. And Antonelli is looking very close at that Red Bull rear wing. No DRS, of course, on this opening lap, but we will use some ERS. As we've got a yellow flag early on. DRS enabled. It's not quite yet, though, as we're going to have a look into turn 1. A little bit too far back. And it was Mick Schumacher who spun on this opening lap then. Right at the end of the first lap. The RB driver in the RB for the 2nd year. And actually, we've just done the season review on YouTube, just dropped that episode, and Mick Schumacher wasn't too bad against K-Mag last year.
I am trying. Keep focus on your race now.
Antonelli's just dropped off a little bit from Verstappen, and I say a little bit, he's actually out of the DRS. And Colapinto looks like he's going to lose the DRS as well to his teammate. Let's keep pushing on that battery for now. Max on the mediums on this opening stint. Antonelli on the softs. Max has won both the opening races here in 2027, so he's looking strong, the Dutchman. He's never won a championship in our universe. George Russell, 2025 world champion. Lando Norris, 2026 world champion. Who will be the 2027 world champion? Right. Antonelli's closing back in then. As we jump on board, we will get a bit DRS this time round. Colapinto is going to be under pressure from those behind him. We'll have a look at that in a moment, but let's see if Antonelli can do anything into T1 then. Max Verstappen leads. He's covering off. Is there enough of a gap? We're going to look at the outside instead, but nothing's doing there. Colapinto has lost out to Sergio Perez. And Perez has joined this party, so Perez having a bit of a push here.
Now this is Sergio Perez. They decide to give it a go.
And there we go, Perez then got the DRS. As we see, Kimi Antonelli challenging Max Verstappen up front. Perez using quite a bit of that soft tyre though, so I'm not too concerned about that. Verstappen so fast this season wants the championship back after 2 years without a tyre. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, he's looking good, is Max. Lennon, hello, buddy. How's it going? So now we've got sort of top four pulling away from the Audi of Yuki Tsunoda. The Audi has looked good. We should have brought them into the game last year, but the mod was playing up a little bit. But it's working this year, apart from them still saying kick Sauber. But technically, the first year on the grid, and Audi are looking pretty strong earlier on in 2027. Not strong enough to fight for victories, but certainly consistently in the points. Adams Lee, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Good to hear, Lennon, good to hear. And we just talked about that Audi, and he's having a look at Colapinto's rear wing, but Antonelli again getting close to Max Verstappen. Yeah, I say Max on the medium, so really I'd like Antonelli to get past him, but it doesn't look quite like he's got the pace to do it. We're going to the inside a lot earlier this time though. This looks good for Kimi Antonelli to take the lead. We've got a yellow flag. Carlos Sainz in the Aston. Looks like he's had a moment as we take the lead of this race. As we jump on with Sainz, we'll get a replay.
Here's our drivers all trying to take turns.
Is this with his teammate?
Within a split second,
Oh, he is.
the impact's made.
That's quite a heavy impact into the barriers. It's surprising that he's not severely damaged the gearbox, chassis or underfloor there. He probably has got some damage. He has. Ocon's got some damage done, but that was certainly with his teammate Gasly. Gasly in the Aston with Sainz this year, but Sainz got significant damage. Whilst that was happening, we were taking the lead on Max Verstappen, so Antonelli now leads this race.
You can
So it's going to be very hard to try and pull away here. Kimi and Cloda, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. So fourth lap of 53, Antonelli takes the lead, but I say he's on the soft here, Max on the medium, so you'd expect Max to be a little bit slower and you'd expect Max to be going medium, soft. There isn't too much in the tyres around here between the soft and the medium. But Max getting very close then. Perez staying with this party. Colapinto's dropped off a bit, but Perez has used 82%. Oh, he's down to 82%. Carlos Sainz, with that impact, has got his tyres down to 34%. So that's absolutely wrecked Sainz's race. He's got damage. I'd expect Sainz to be finishing dead last here today. But here comes Max Verstappen. The gap is 3 tenths, but he's got that DRS open, and he's got a great chance to regain the lead. What about Perez? He's having a look as well. And we could be seeing Antonelli lose 2 places because Sergio Perez sneaks in using the slipstream of his ex-teammate Max Verstappen at Red Bull. And Antonelli unfortunately loses 2 places there. Goes from first to third, but he's very much in this race. I think Perez will drop off. Well, I would say that. It's only 4% the tyres, but it does seem to me that Perez is pushing very hard. Colapinto's dropped a couple of seconds back. Tsunoda back on his rear wing. George Russell in a Ferrari here in 2027. He's close to this. The pack is very tightly bunched. It is only 6 seconds from 1st to 12th, and then we've got a gap to Mick Schumacher. So the top 12 very tightly congested here. So an undercut, anyone in the top 12, if they get an undercut of 2-3 laps, they could literally go from 12th. Piastri could go from 12th to 1st, for example. And the McLarens, constructors champions, but they've been struggling early on here in 2027, especially qualifying. Qualified poor in China last time out, but their race pace was good. I think they got up to 5th and 6th or 6th and 7th. Let's see if they can do that again today. Right, Antonelli having a look at these two. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but it does look like Colapinto's under threat from the Audi of Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki can't quite make that happen though. But he's pushing hard as well. What's Tsunoda's tyres? Yeah, he's using a little bit as well. Audi, Red Bull, Mercedes, Maserati, Ferrari, both cars in the points. Yes, indeed. Yeah, so we've got 5 teams in the points, both drivers. The McLarens have worked themselves out to 12th and 13th. Let's see if they can get it done. And as we saw, Sainz will have to stop very early here. So that's not going to be good for the Aston Martin man here today. But just in terms of strategy, we're due to stop lap 18 with Colapinto and lap 19 with Antonelli. So a fair bit to go until we have to stop. Antonelli then having a look. We're definitely a little bit closer to Max early on though. He's been pretty dominant so far this season. At least the gap is close, 6 laps in here. But Perez in that Mercedes isn't looking half bad, is he? I think Antonelli's going to be too far back to do anything here. But it looks like Yuki Tsunoda is going to make that move on Franco Colapinto. Yes, he is. So Colapinto started 3rd, down to 5th, but don't forget, he's running that medium tyre. But to be fair, he's now got Russell and Bortoleto behind him who are on that medium as well. So let's wait and see on that. Colapinto got to pick up the race pace here, really. Byron and Stealth Lancer, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Hope you're both doing well. And Perez leads the race now. He's got the move done on Max Verstappen. The top 3 have pulled a 2-second gap on the rest of the grid. Colapinto then, what's he at? 78%. I need Franco not to get too detached from the top 3, really. But yeah, it is Sergio Perez in the Mercedes leading the race. He has used quite a bit of that soft tyre, but Mercedes don't look like they've got too much of a bad race car here in 2027. Antonelli is looking a lot closer to these guys. What's the exit like here? Not too bad. Max has DRS on Perez. Got a great chance to reclaim the lead. I don't think we're close enough again, though, to these two. No, but what about Colapinto to try and get Tsunoda back for P4? This is looking good. And that is good. Franco Colapinto back to P4 then. So we started P2, P3, now P3, P4. It's a long haul race. We're managing our tyres quite well compared to others around us, so I think the good thing for Antonelli is he should get an undercut on Verstappen. Perez is probably going to get an undercut on both of them. Verstappen leads. He's just extended that gap though, starting to push a little bit perhaps, because Perez is significantly dropping off there. So Antonelli really needs to get past him. And we're having a look here. 3:1:30R, surely not. No, we're dropping off because we've dropped out of the slipstream. And Tsunoda's got back past Colapinto. But that position changes again. Here's Yuki Tsunoda. All over Franco again. And on the inside, nice move from Yuki in the Audi. Right, Antonelli, let's give him a bit of battery out of here.
Overtake available. Copy.
And here we go. Max sets the fastest lap of the race. We're using battery. DRS wide open as well. We need to get back past Sergio Perez, reclaim P2, and then start closing that gap to Max that's extended to 2.5. And there we go. We are into P2 then.
So you are doing well there. In front is Verstappen.
So the gap to Max is 2.3 seconds. And if you're jumping into the stream, if you haven't already, please do me a massive favour, smash that like button. Super appreciated, it really does help me out. And of course, if you're not already, please do follow or subscribe. Yeah, Antonelli using a bit of the battery, but can't exactly pull away from Perez here. And this is getting very congested here again, isn't it? I think with Franco, we're going to have to use some of the battery as well. This time Franco could do it through 130. Oh no, he's just losing out again as he pulls out of the slipstream. Not going to happen. But again, we're going to use some battery out of this final corner. This time with Franco Colapinto, and hopefully get past Yuki Tsunoda here. There we go, we're alongside. This is looking good for Franco to move back into P4. And there we go, Franco back into P4, but can he hold off Yuki Tsunoda, who's looked pretty pacey so far? And he's got his teammate in the other Audi now, right with him. And Stroll's at 69% on those softs, so yeah. Franco's pace isn't the greatest so far. The Totes, I've absolutely butchered it, but thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. The 10 laps gone. Antonelli is getting closer to Max Verstappen again, but he's dragging Perez with him. So Perez is very much in this fight, isn't he? Robert Ellis, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Still very congested from Colapinto downwards. But we are getting closer to our first stops of the day. Lap 18 for Franco, lap 19 for Antonelli. Yeah, Colapinto's tyres isn't the greatest. Slightly worrying Franco's race pace at the moment. I can't see him doing too much about fending off these Audis. We'll use some battery out of the final corner. That battery might have helped us defend. But Tsunoda is having a look. We will keep him behind for now, but I don't think that's going to last too long. And Colapinto's 5 seconds off his teammate, so a little bit disappointing there. As I say, he's on these mediums though, so maybe the softs are the better tyre to be on because Max is on the mediums, but he's a different breed. The next medium runners are Russell and Bortoletto, 8th and 9th. Yeah, Tsunoda really pushing. But yeah, your Stroll is on the softs, but he's the same tyre deg as Colapinto, as is Lawson. So I think the soft is definitely the better tyre here today. Antonelli just about keeping in the DRS of Max Verstappen, which is good. Max has got 10% tyre life on him though, so I think Max will start to extend that gap later on in this stint. Yeah, Colapinto just struggling at the moment. I'm hoping it's just a medium tyre that's holding him back. Because those hounding us are those on the soft. But as I say, Russell and Bortoletto are not too far away. The ones that seem to be dropping a bit are the ones on the mediums. Antonelli did retain DRS on Max. He's going to be too far away to make a move. Oh, look at this, coming behind Franco Colapinto, Yuki Tsunoda. I keep seeing this between ourselves and Yuki reclaims it. But Colapinto dumped back down to P5 and Mick Schumacher in for the RB. He did have a spin early on, didn't he? So perhaps that's why he's in a little bit earlier. And Sainz is going to be nowhere near him. Sainz really struggling in this race. So, lap 12, Max Verstappen leads. Antonelli P2, Perez P3, all within DRS of each other still. Then we've got 6 seconds back to Yuki Tsunoda. But there is a DRS train from Yuki all the way down to Oscar Piastri. So from 4th to 12th. It's highly congested. Then Lando Norris has dropped quite a bit back, actually. But really, Colapinto needs to be one of the earliest in here. If not, he's going to get jumped by quite a few cars. Problem is, Yuki's going to stop before him. Yeah, we haven't really got the tyre life to jump in that much earlier, so let's have to wait and see. Right, can we get the job done on Yuki Tsunoda again here? DRS alongside. I'm going to go for a bit of top up here because we don't seem to have the pace to pull away. But we are going to get the move back done on Yuki Tsunoda. And it looks like Liam Lawson having a look on Yuki as well. And he's got that done, Lawson. Wheezes through and he's got good tyre life, Lawson, on those softs. Antonelli is into P1. We completely missed that. I think I just missed the replay as well there. Antonelli has taken the lead then on Max Verstappen. Busy watching Colapinto. Antonelli on the DRS then has moved into the lead. Perez just dropping out of this fight. So are we going to be able to take the fight to Max Verstappen today? We will get a nice undercut with Antonelli, I think, on Verstappen here, which could help us later on in the race. Hopefully be able to build a gap. Lawson is overtaking Colapinto. Well, they're fighting hard. It's very close between those two. There we see it. But Max Verstappen is right up the gearbox of Antonelli. So Max Verstappen likely to reclaim the lead of this race then.
Tires update.
Here we go then. 4 attempts, just under half a second. Max Verstappen, DRS open. Can Antonelli do anything about this? Is he going to defend it hard? Doesn't look like we are going to defend it hard. Although, around the outside, we are still getting good traction, so we are making Max fight for it. Max can't quite get it done, so Antonelli retains the lead then. Colapinto hasn't been able to get back past Lawson, but as I say, we're going through a bit of a top-up phase. Good stuff from Antonelli. And as I say, Perez now has dropped 2 seconds out of this fight. So Perez is becoming a little bit detached. His tyre's down to 51%. But still only 2% difference to Antonelli, 3% now. So perhaps he's just managing those tyres a little bit. But Max now pushing really hard behind us. He's got 13% better tyre life. So he has got the ability to push here. Have we got any others stopping? Not yet, I'd imagine. No one's stopping in the next lap or so. But another 3-4 laps, we're certainly going to see the pit window open and a lot of pit stops taking place. Max Verstappen has a look at 130R, thinks better of it. And he's got a great opportunity, though, on the main straight with the DRS to reclaim the lead as Max Verstappen. Perez edging a little bit closer to us again. He was 2 seconds off this fight. It's now 1.2. But here comes Max Verstappen. He should have a great chance to reclaim this lead on us here. And he does, but we're trying to stay in there again round the outside. Kimi's been brave round there, but can't quite make it happen there. Loses a bit of time as well. But Max Verstappen back into the lead. Colapinto back into P4 by the looks of it. And Russell and those behind becoming a little bit detached as well. So another 3 laps and Colapinto's going to be in for his first stop of the day. And then Antonelli in another 4 laps. Max starting to push away already. We're going to use a bit of battery here with Antonelli. Like to stay in that DRS if we can. And Maserati getting better and better this season in every race. Yes, indeed. We're looking pretty good apart from Max Verstappen. Max is looking very pacey this year. And there he is. We can't quite close back up to him. Using a bit of battery now, but looks like Max has chosen to push. Though we are getting a little bit closer. I don't know if we'll get close enough, though, for the DRS. We won't. Do get within 1.1. We might still get a tow down this start-finish straight. And Max again has bolted out of that final corner. He is really pushing now. Right, Colapinto, Lawson still with him. Lawson got a good chance to reclaim P4 on Franco Colapinto. Colapinto does go defensive though, and Lawson can't quite get it done. So good work from Franco. He's trying to top up a bit of battery to help him once we make this final, this first stop, I should say. 2 stopper today. Yeah, so Antonelli's dropped 2 seconds behind Max, but Perez is 2.5 behind him. So Antonelli at the moment looking pretty safe from Perez for P2, but Perez might be undercutting us. We should certainly be undercutting Verstappen. Giulietta, Colapinto indeed. Colapinto in our team alongside Kimi Antonelli. We currently run P2 and P4. 16 laps here of Suzuka. On lap 16, I should say. 15 laps completed. And if you haven't already, do smash that like button. And of course, do follow or subscribe if you're not already. Russell in the Ferrari is on the medium, is he? Yes, Sonoda's down to 33%. So he's maybe starting to struggle a bit. Yuki might be in at the end of the lap. So one of the first, well, will be the first top 10 runner to pit, I think, Yuki Tsunoda. But Liam Lawson is going to be all over us here. He's having a great chance to re-overtake us then, take a P4 off us. This is fine. Colapinto just doing a bit of management for now. Yuki Tsunoda does indeed pit, as expected then. And there goes Liam Lawson. He does get past, does he? Colapinto still having a look. Yeah, Lawson just about gets it done. Here's Yuki Tsunoda then, his first stop for Audi. And looks like he's going to come out behind a bit of traffic though. Yeah, he's going to come out behind K-Mag. Have 2-3 seconds to close up to those. And he's on the medium, so started on the sauce. Antonelli only 2.4 off Verstappen, so still very much in this.
On tires, everything is okay.
Bortoletto is now past Russell. Who's going to be in next, do we think? Probably Perez. Antonelli's tyres are going to last. They will last, won't they? We've got a bit of tyre life in hand with Franco, actually. Bortoletto is starting to really push. He's really closing that gap. He's got good tyre life, Bortoletto, actually. He's got 10% on us. Alright, let's see Colapinto here. He's got a good chance to get Liam Lawson back here. We're going to attack on the tyres. See if we can push away a bit here. And we're going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap. We're alongside Lawson and we force our way through Colapinto into P4 then. And we'll now push for our in-lap. So at least we're not going to be undercut by anyone. Apart from Tsunoda might be getting undercut on us here. We'll see. Colapinto's going to get rid of those mediums though. I think the soft tyre seems the better race tyre from what we've seen so far today. OP Joe, hello buddy, good to have you back. Yeah, luckily Hatcher, Albon, Magston might all be in at the end of this lap. I think we're going to see a lot of activity on this lap in the pits. Let's get Colapinto in. And he's going to be followed in by Kimi Antonelli next lap.
Box.
Here we go then, Franco Colapinto, first stop of the day. Pit crew has been pretty good so far this year. I've probably just absolutely cursed them. Second in the pit lane as well, behind McLaren. Oh, and I have cursed them with a slow front right. 5.3, that's 3 seconds too slow. I have cursed us. And I reckon Yuki Tsunoda will definitely get past us now.
Down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one.
There is Tsunoda. It's going to be tight, but he's going to get it done. Colapinto. Unlucky. We did see a lot of drivers come in there. Franco, Colapinto, slow stop. And that could cost him. He's lost ground there on Yuki Tsunoda. Let's just get those tyres up to temp. So who's ahead? Pourchaire's going to have to pit soon. That is not ideal then for Franco. 3 seconds we lost there, so he would have been, yeah, he would have cleared Teo, Pourchaire and Tsunoda. It doesn't really matter about Teo, but certainly he would have cleared Tsunoda there. Tsunoda going on the inside of Teo Pourchaire. We really need to try and get Pourchaire as well. Colapinto, you're going to have to send her down the inside here, really. We've got a big collision here, and we've got a safety car, and Antonelli is already into the pits, but it's going to cost Colapinto even more here.
Yes, we have. We've had a crash.
2 seconds stop.
What happened there?
Safety car is out. Lawson and Bortoleto have come together. Oh, Bortoleto, massive lockup. And wow, Lawson's gone through the wall there. Massive lockup then. Surely they're both out of the race. Yeah, Lawson and Bortoleto are out. We get a safety car and everyone jumps into the pits, and that's really going to cost Colapinto here. Colapinto is going to lose out massively then. So here we go. They're all coming out of the pits here. Yeah, Colapinto nowhere near. Colapinto is going to lose out big time here. Look at that. The Lando Norris has cleared him.
You have
oh, dear. And again, we could blame that 3 second pit stop because we would.
Behind.
We would have probably been at least around Leclerc and Piastri. But we have just lost out there to Russell, Behrman, Piastri, Leclerc, Stroll, Norris, and obviously Tsunoda got the undercut. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've lost 7 positions. Franco Colapinto with the timing of that safety car. Don't know if Antonelli's going to benefit from it. He did get into the pits because it was his stop anyway. But Max has not reached the safety car yet, so I think Max will get away with it.
You can slow down a bit more.
And Max into the pits. And yeah, Max does get away with it, but we'll be right behind Max. And Perez, yeah, it's all going to close up again, so... that safety car wasn't good for us, to be fair. Not a good safety car for us. Lose out mastery of Colapinto. We didn't gain anything with Antonelli. Didn't lose anything with Antonelli, but... not great. But Lawson and Bortoleto out of this race, so 2 big teams, Mercedes and Red Bull, lose a car here. I'm going to get back underway then. Monster Munch, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're well.
No lift off. Yeah.
So Verstappen. On the hards, Verstappen. That is surprising. This could be an opportunity for us then off this restart. When is Max going to bolt? Probably wants to leave a little bit late because the straight. And now he goes off the exit. Well, we've got a good release off that exit. Antonelli into the slipstream. Can he send it into T1? I don't think he is going to. No, he was close though. He was very close.
Target.
Copy.
So Verstappen onto the hards. Antonelli, Perez, Russell all on the mediums. Colapinto out of the points. That's how much of a negative effect the safety car's had on Franco. Antonelli is going to try and hound Max Verstappen. Max on the hards. We're on the mediums. Go neutral through here because we should naturally pick up a pretty good tow as we've got another yellow flag. Still a yellow flag. It's Say Maloney, our ex-driver, has had a spin at the back here in his Haas. Oh, Zane.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Now Schumacher running wide at the back as well. A few errors creeping out at the back of the grid. Right, can we make the move on Verstappen then? DRS enabled, but we don't get it here yet. Going to the inside, having a look at the outside, but nothing doing again. Go back to neutral. Colapinto is past Yuki Tsunoda. And there we go, we get a replay of that. So Franco back into the points.
Right, we're taking the second corner. It's certainly
And for some reason, Tsunoda's just pulled himself out off the racing line, out of the slipstream, and that opens up for Franco. Thank you very much. Colapinto back into P10 then, into the points. Antonelli trying to push Max Verstappen here. Due to stop now, lap 35 with Ante, 36 with Colapinto.
Use overtake. Use overtake.
Copy.
Okay, back into the slipstream then, using a bit of battery. We will get DRS now. First time we'll get DRS since the restart. I'm going to use some battery coming off this final chicane as well. This is the moment then to take the lead, to reclaim the lead of Max Verstappen. We're going nice and early to the inside. Now we're going to move to the outside. Max can't make another move now. And we've got the DRS open. It's opened up nicely. And Antonelli is back into the lead here in Japan. And now we're going to try and push away if we can. I don't know if we will be able to. Let's give it a go.
You are doing a good job.
We are taking the fight to Max Verstappen at Suzuka. Russell is past Perez. A Ferrari now into P3. Colapinto still P10. He's got a tricky race ahead of him. Ollie Behrman in the Williams in P5. Doing a great job up there. Yeah, Colapinto, I don't really know what to do with him now. It's a bit of a tricky one. Hopefully he's going to undercut a lot of these. That would be nice. Anthony nearly got Max out of his DRS, but Max has got some slipstream now. Let's keep deploying that battery. Max on the hard tyres, of course, here. And he's not going to get DRS. Is Russell going to get DRS on Max? He was close to it. I don't quite think he's going to get it. Kimi Antonelli sets the fastest lap of the race. He's flying. Did Russell get DRS? No, he didn't. Right, Colapinto's got some DRS, but he's got Yuki Tsunoda still fighting him hard. Right, lap 26 then. What can we do with Franco to get him out of this mess, really? I don't think there's a lot we can do, really. Just been absolutely sucker punched, really, from that safety car. George Stefan, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. Yeah, this is not being great from Franco. Well, to be fair, as I say, the safety car really hampering him. But here comes Yuki Tsunoda. He's going to have a go in the left-hander here to try and dump Colapinto out of the points. Now they're side by side, but Franco will have to concede. And he's down to P11. And we need to think about what we can do here for Franco to bring him back into this race. We haven't really got too many options. Only options we've got here is we haven't got another medium. Oh, no, that's the medium we was on. I was going to say we haven't got another medium. So the only thing we could do here is we could go aggressive and then we could go long. And that's showing it's going to be slower. Or we could go hard. Something like that. And that would be even slower. So yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to try this one. Try and go for an undercut somewhere to get us out of this traffic, but not looking good so far for Franco. Only half race distance, so plenty can happen.
Good level of management on tires.
Max Verstappen, is he going to get those hards to the end? I don't think he is. He's surely going to go softs at the end. He's got medium hard, so you'd think he's going to put softs on. And he's getting close to Kimi Antonelli again here. So let's just see if we can deploy a bit.
Press overtake.
Copy.
The longer Kimi can keep him out of the DRS, the better. Russell's staying with him though as well, isn't he? Kimi due lap 35. Colapinto was going to be lap 36, but we're now looking at lap 31 and trying an undercut. All right, let us try and push on then with Colapinto.
Copy.
Max is going to be in the DRS. Yeah, not much we can do there. He's going to get into the DRS, so may as well save that battery now.
Down a bit.
Copy.
All right, Colapinto. I'm going to go for a bit of an attack now on Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda's got no DRS. So we're using a bit of battery and DRS wide open now. And we pull to the inside. Yuki Tsunoda in his Audi. Hopefully can't defend us on the inside, and he can't. We're up to P10. We're going to use that battery and tyre a little bit more. Bibu or Bibao 330. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, Max all over Antonelli again now. I do think it's going to be difficult to keep this Dutchman behind. He is absolutely flying here in 2027. Won the first two races. And he won him by quite a wide margin. At least we've kept him a little bit honest today. Diego, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well.
You're okay.
Right, Colapinto, we are pushing out. We're trying something a bit different. We had to try something different. It wasn't working. Let's just push him up, hopefully to Norris and the rest of these, and then try and undercut on them. And we're going to have to save our final tyres. We're going to have to be a bit light on those final set of tyres. And see where we can get Franco Colapinto. Is Max Verstappen about to reclaim the lead of this race? Lap 28, about to start lap 29. Max Verstappen, half a second behind, closing all the time. DRS wide open. Is Antonelli going to try to defend it? Doesn't look like he is. And Max Verstappen. Oh, although Antonelli, again, he's tried that move a lot around the outside. He likes that, and he's out wide. And he can't quite fend off the Dutchman. And Antonelli steps back into P2 then. Lost a bit of time. He's been good at this today, Kimi. It looks like it's all done. He just allows Max to take the inside, but he gets such a good slingshot around the outside, Kimi. Been doing this all day. But he just ran out of racetrack in the end here. And there we go.
Not too bad, huh?
Not too bad, Max. Sophia, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. And say, just needs to try and stay with Verstappen if he can. Right, Colapinto is with these guys now. When are we due to stop now? Lap 31 we want to go. Problem is, he's going to come out on a lot of traffic, isn't he? It's a bit tricky, this. What's the pit loss here? Pit loss is 24 seconds. 30. So yeah, it'll be around Magnussen. If we can clear Magnussen with about 8 seconds to Ocon, that would be a nice gap. Maloney, sorry. Yeah, we need Maloney to be around plus 30. That would give us a good gap. Antonelli has stayed in the DRS of Max. I don't know if we're close enough though, because it's 6/10 of a second.
In front is Verstappen.
But it's closing. DRS open. Kimi Antonelli on the inside, and he reclaims the lead.
Doing your best.
And Russell still within distance, but he's still in distance. Russell and Perez, to be fair. Antonelli back into the lead then. Maloney, yeah. So I'm hoping we're going to come out with Colapinto in between Ocon and Maloney and quite a bit behind Ocon. That's what we're hoping here. Right, it's going to be next lap, isn't it? So let's go for that. So that's what we're trying now with Colapinto. Come in a little bit earlier. Try and undercut. Does mean we'll have to go light on these tyres. But it might give us a good chance here to undercut a few drivers because he's only... Well, he's 7 seconds off the lead. So there's only 5 seconds between third and himself. So if he can get a 3-4 laps of an undercut, he might go from 10th up to third here. But they will have a better tyre delta, so he'll have some defending to do. And if you're jumping in the stream, you haven't already, please do smash that like button. Of course, do follow or subscribe if you're not already. Here comes Verstappen. Have another look as we start lap 31 of 53. Not long to go in this one. And Verstappen, so we just keep changing positions with Verstappen each lap here.
And it's behind it. Keep focus on our race.
Right, so Colapinto's going to be in at the end of this lap. We're just topping up now because he's not going to make any moves here. Mikey, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, I said he's not going to make a move. Then he had a nice little look on Lando there. Right, here we go. Franco Colapinto. This can be his second stop of the day. And it's earlier than we intended, but we're looking for an undercut, and we're hoping to come out
Are you ready?
in the gap between the two Haas drivers here. Here we go. Jumping into the pit then. He needs a good stop, though. The first stop was very slow. 5.3 the first stop. We need a good one here.
You're doing a good job.
2.2. We take that. Antonelli into the lead.
Right then, we can take a look now. Now we're watching the action closely here. The opportunity's
There we go, on the inside of Max again. So, right, where's Colapinto going to come out? We're looking for that gap, aren't we? Actually, he might be
Okay at the moment.
ahead of Ocon here, which should be... No, we're not. We are behind Ocon. That's the gap. Yeah, the gap between the two Haas. That's what we were thinking, and that's what we've got. So, good. Right, let's just put a bit of heat in these tyres early on. We can't use too much. Sarah, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. So, yeah, we've got to get these up to 10. And then Ocon... I mean, the good thing is there are all gaps, well, gaps till we get to Magnussen and Hadjar. Hopefully they're going to pit relatively soon. We're about 10 seconds off that, so... When's Antonelli coming in? Lap 35. We can push these tyres a little bit harder here with Antonelli. But again,
Okay,
looks like Max
push,
Verstappen is going to come back past us. But we're very much in contention for the victory here today. But Perez and Piastri, we said about those McLaren race pace, again, they were down in what? 12th and 14th, I think they started the race, something like that. And Piastri is now 4th, Lando Norris 8th. So the race pace of the McLaren very good as Max Verstappen does reclaim the lead. They're suffering in qualifying, but yeah, Piastri is only, what, 4 seconds off the lead himself.
Perez behind, 2 seconds. Keep focus on your race now.
Copy, copy.
Right, Anthony, we're just trying to attack on these tyres because we are going to be in the next couple of laps. So Colapinto is 2.3 now of Ocon. Magnussen should be in the pit soon, so we're hoping those above Magnussen get out of our way here and we don't get behind them. We probably will have to overtake Ocon. Haran Jose, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Antonelli, 3-1-30, oh no. Thought about it, we haven't seen a move through 130i yet today. What will Antonelli will get the DRS now. So this is a good chance for him to take the lead again. Him and Max keep swapping, but actually he's fallen 7 tenths behind, so I think that's a little bit too far back. Max's hard's down to 65%, so he is pushing on those. And we're going to be in next lap.
Keep focus on our race.
Colapinto 2 seconds off Ocon. Yeah, here we go. Portier, Albon, Magnussen into the pits. So they're all getting out of the way. This is exactly what we want for Franco. But he is going to catch Ocon on this lap probably. There we go. That's a nice bit of traffic out of the way. Who else is... Yeah, these are all getting low. Hadjar down to 40%. And we're 9 seconds off Hadjar. So again, I think we'll be fine on that. I think they'll be out of the way by the time we get there. Colapinto, yeah, he's getting closer. Hopefully, it'll be in the DRS. We need him in the DRS. Oh, by the time we get to start-finish straight, he should be there. And it looks like Antonelli will be there as well. And this is where we are going to go. Next lap for the undercut then on Max Verstappen. And we're going to be on a nice set of softs. I think Max will be on softs for his final run as well, his final stint.
Box.
Here we go. Kimi then. Going to get some DRS. Hopefully. This will take him into the lead of the race. Then we'll have a nice in-lap. Here we go on the inside of Max Verstappen again. Max fighting it as expected, but Kimi Antonelli into the lead. Colapinto, 130. Ah, yes, Franco. There we go. That's the move we wanted to see. Franco Colapinto, 130R. Let's use a bit of battery here because we don't want Ocon coming straight back past us. And we've got to have another look at that. On board, 130R.
And they squeeze by.
It's brave and it's beautiful from Franco Colapinto. So as I say, Ocon will get DRS. We really don't want him coming back past us. We should be okay. Looks to be a good enough gap. And that is good. So Gasly came in as well. So he's now away. We're 9 seconds off Hadjar and Mick Schumacher. So again, they'll pit by the time we close that gap. So not working out too bad now for Franco. All depends when these pit and how quick they're going to be though. Because Franco already down to 88%. But Kimi Antonelli is about to box. We're going early. And hopefully going to get an undercut on Max Verstappen. We've just seen our own move in 130R. Is Max going to go for it? No, he's not. So if you're dropping in, you haven't already, do smash that like button. Super appreciated. Really helps me out. As Kimi Antonelli comes into the pits then. Surrenders the lead to Max Verstappen. Again, we need a nice, clean stop here. 2.2 or under would be very nice. Just under 2.3. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Going out, you will find Tsunoda.
Tsunoda's pitted, so we should be all right to Tsunoda on exit. What about Mick Schumacher? I think we'll be okay there. We've found a nice gap actually there, haven't we? Found a lovely gap in actual fact there. Wasn't intentional, but we will take that and we will attack just to get these up to 10 a little bit.
Stroll in front. Stroll 3.5.
There's Behrman, who was in 5th. And we've not got a massive jump on him though, have we? So, yeah, Colapinto out in front of Behrman, but not by a significant margin.
You're ready to push forward side.
But I guess he has still got an undercut. So Colapinto will be moving up quite a few places after the second round of stops. But he's going to have to hold on a bit because his tyre's down to 85%. Would like to use a bit of the battery just to pull out of Behrman's DRS whilst he's getting his tyres up to 10. And if you are watching this on TikTok or Twitch, you want to see more Formula 1 or for F1 Manager, sorry, I should say F1 Manager action, then do head to my profile in the bio, click the YouTube link, and you can check out every episode in this Maserati playlist so far. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, then head over to the playlist once this stream is finished. Make sure you subscribe. You can check out all the episodes in this series. Right, Piastri and Norris both in for McLaren, and that's not worked out too well. Norris is delayed behind his teammate. Is Colapinto going to get the jump on these McLarens? Piastri now at the end of the pit lane. It's going to be tighter, but no, he is going to get it done. What about Behrman? Can Behrman squeeze past Piastri as well? Not quite. Piastri taking a very inside line there. So Colapinto's getting another undercut done. But Piastri on the soft, so is Lando, and they've got 17%, so they can really attack. So as I say, Colapinto is going to have to fend off a lot of drivers in the closing stages here today. Antonelli absolutely forgot about his tyres, so they'll be roasting a bit.
Now.
And he's on the back of Stroll here, needs to dispatch Stroll pretty quickly, as this is losing us time. Not ideal. We might need to see another move through 130R or before we even get to 130R. I think it'll be before it because traction is so good. And we are through. Jane Andrade, thanks for the follow, much appreciated.
Yes, let's go.
You viewed, hello buddy, how's it going?
Good job, Darren.
Hope you're well, mate. Stroll is going to retain DRS on us here. And we did pull a good gap, though. We did pull a good gap. We didn't want Stroll coming back at us here. He's getting closer, though. Antonelli going to have to defend, and he does. So Colapinto continues. Behrman did get past Piastri, but as I say, Piastri's got 15% tyre advantage on us. Colapinto, though, dropped P11 after that safety car. He's back to P7, and still a few drivers yet to stop. So Colapinto will be quite high up in the order, but he's going to have... they're going to have a better tyre delta than us, so we've got defending to do. Triple Four, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Thanks for jumping in. Going good. Thanks. 2 days off work before going back after that. Nice stuff you viewed. We'd like to hear that, buddy. I've got a week off next week. Very much looking forward to that. Right, so who's due to stop next? Probably Leclerc on this lap, you'd imagine. Is Leclerc going to come in? Russell comes in the other Ferrari, actually. And Antonelli closing up to Leclerc. Not going to be close enough, so again, we're going to lose a bit of time here. Colapinto should be past Russell, though. But Oscar Piastri has arrived on him. And Oscar Piastri setting the fastest lap of the race. He's attacking on those tyres, though, because it was 17% the difference. It's now 13%. The Colapinto's just got to try and frustrate him. What's frustrating here for Antonelli is this Ferrari. He's going to be going very slow. We need to get through. That's optimistic, but we've done it. We've pushed Leclerc wide. We get our elbows out there. And we needed to do that. We don't want to be losing time there.
Increase lift off.
Let's have another look at that then. Antonelli needed to get past Leclerc. Leclerc at the end of his stint.
It's there for the taking.
So not usually an overtaking spot, but we forced our way through. Push Leclerc wide. 15 laps to go then. Colapinto is going to have to fend off those behind him and have a mega defensive job here. But he's being helped by people like Leclerc running long here. Verstappen into the pits, so we'll have to see the gap between Antonelli and Verstappen shortly. Piastri, the gap is now 12% in terms of tyre margin, so he's using a lot more tyre. So we've got to hope that he continues to burn those tyres up. Verstappen into the pits, clean stop for Red Bull. Antonelli out of the final corner now. Verstappen now at the end of the pit lane. Not going to be a massive gap. And we've used 17% of our own tyre life of Antonelli. So, Verstappen on fresh sauce. That is going to be a tough ask to keep him behind. But it's been a much closer battle at least today. We'll see what we can do. But it's looking pretty ominous to me. Max Verstappen just 2.4 seconds and a near on 20% tyre margin. Piastri has got past Franco Colapinto then. On the inside, job done from Piastri. Tyre margin is 11%. We've got to try and stay with him if we can. Might have to use a bit of battery. Here we go. Look, all those with fresher tyres behind us really starting to push now. This was always going to be the problem with Franco. Leclerc did stop, but by going so much longer, he's out in P15. Colapinto not content, and he's pushing Piastri out wide this time, getting his elbows out. Again, he will give the DRS back to Piastri. Stroll has not stopped. This is helping Colapinto in the long run, I think. But I would have liked to stayed actually behind Piastri there and kept a bit of DRS on this start-finish straight, because we're now going to have all three of these really pushing us. As Ollie Behrman with a lovely move there on Oscar Piastri. Piastri going to fight him back. That might just help us, although Behrman's still going to be pretty close. So it might be Behrman making the move on Franco Colapinto, not Oscar Piastri. Let's see if Franco can go defensive. He has. And Franco will keep them just behind, although Behrman's still there. There we go. Defensive job being done. Tire delta is now 10%. It was 17% margin when they stopped, so it is coming towards us. The longer that goes on, it's good for Franco. Max Verstappen now within 1.8 of Antonelli, though. Stroll still not stopped. I don't know what he and Perez are up to, but that's not going to work very well for them. Could work nicely for us, though, because we could pick up a little bit of a toe off Stroll here, and that will help us in our defence against Behrman, Russell and Piastri. Norris a little bit further back. There we are, we're right on Stroll now. We're going to get past Stroll, are we? Sim Franco do it once through 130R. Is he going to do it again? No, he has to pull out of it, and Ollie Behrman was close by. Although this isn't a bad thing, because we'll now get DRS. Surely Stroll coming into the pits. No, Stroll doesn't come into the pits, but again, it will give us DRS, so that'll help us for yet another lap. Joan, thanks for the follow. It's live, as in it's is live, but it's not Formula 1, it's F1 Manager 24. So Colapinto remains in P4. What's the tyre difference now? 9%. 8 on Russell. Yeah, they are using a lot more tyre life, so this is working for Franco at the moment. Just got to continue doing what he's doing. It's past Stroll. He's going to be... Colapinto will be a net P3 if he keeps Behrman behind here, because Perez is yet to stop. But Max Verstappen has arrived on Antonelli. And unfortunately, we said it looked ominous.
More charge.
And Max has still got a 12% tyre advantage, so... we've definitely got closer to Max today, but I don't think we're going to have enough to win this one. But let's see. We'll go for a bit of a top-up. Fortunately, we couldn't quite get to Perez there because we would have had DRS ourselves to defend with. Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap of the race. And in doing so, he's got DRS and he's alongside Antonelli. Is into P2, which will be net lead of the race once Perez stops. Colapinto, work to do again with Ollie Behrman behind him. Again, we cover Behrman off. Right, let's see if we can save a bit of tyre life with Antonelli. Just going through here. Leclerc setting the fastest lap of the race, but down in 13th. Damn, Russell looks strange in a Ferrari. Yeah, I know, it's not right, is it? It's definitely not right, Russell in a Ferrari. All sorts of wrong. What is the tyre difference now? 65, 8%, 7%. So their tyres are definitely being used a lot more than us. Right, Verstappen's passed Perez and we can't quite do it.
You can reduce the
and that is going to cause us issues. We've got to try and send this. Ooh, dear. That was risky, but it pays off. Antonelli into P2 again, but Max has pulled a 3-second gap because of that. And that means probably
you are doing a good job there.
The race has run there for Kimi Antonelli. Sam, oh my god, these two realists I was watching but looking at the race thinking what the hell is going on. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be an odd grid thinking this was real, but... yeah, F1 Manager. And if you haven't already, final 10 laps to go. Make sure you smash that like button, super appreciated. And if you're not already, do follow or subscribe. 10 laps to go. Antonelli looks good then for P2. All about what Franco Colapinto can do here. He's putting in a bit of a defensive masterclass on Ollie Behrman, but Behrman does look closer. And Behrman having a great drive in the Williams here today, and this time it looks like he is going to get the job done, or is he? Because Franco Colapinto using a bit of a slingshot round the outside says, no, you're still not going to get past me. As Charles Leclerc, we just missed that, has had a lock-up down there. He was P13 down to P14. And he's having a... he went too long on that second stint. Typical Ferrari stuff. and Leclerc is in P14. Russell's dropped off this battle a little bit, and it's now just 4% the margin to Russell. What's happened to Piastri? He's fell off as well. Perez still yet to stop, and Colapinto will be in a net P3 once Perez stops. So Colapinto, what an up and down race, but doing that aggressive undercut that we went for has given him a chance to not only get good points again now, but potentially a podium. And we just got to keep doing this and hoping these use too much of their tyre life here. We're topping up at the same time, so we are getting good battery back as well. So nothing to panic about for us. Russell is coming back into this now, but the margin to him is just 4% on tyres. Behrman at 7%, but he is on the hard tyre, of course. Max Verstappen leads by 3.7. Perez has still not stopped. I don't know what they've done there at Mercedes. They've absolutely butchered Perez's race because he's going to drop completely out of the points. It should have been a podium for him. Should have been P3. Behrman, again, DRS then. He's getting alongside again. He did this last lap, but Colapinto went around the outside and kept in it, but doesn't look like Franco can do it this time. And this time, Ollie Behrman in the Williams is into P4. Tyre difference to Russell, 3%. Lando has got 8% difference. He's not too far away, so that's a bit of a concern. Behrman's got 7%, but as I say, he's on that hard tyre. There's a way that Leclerc can win. Yeah, I don't think Leclerc's winning this one. Unless we have 13 retirements ahead of him. Perez still out. He'll get a puncture if he doesn't pit at the end of this lap. Stroll has got a puncture. What? Stroll is still not stopped. What are they doing down at Audi as well? Stroll had a good chance of big points. They've kept him out. And he has now got a puncture. And Perez will be going the same way if he doesn't come in at the end of this lap, I'd imagine. Colapinto's got back past Behrman somewhere there.
Here's the replay. Right, let's pick this up as we go into turn 14.
Oh, lovely from Franco.
Begging to be taken.
Not content then, sitting behind Ollie Behrman. And we're back into P4. But as I say, this is going to be P3. Because Perez has got to stop. He's not getting to the end. And he didn't pit Perez. I don't know what he's doing there. Right, here we go again. Ollie Behrman has got a chance. Russell pulling out nice and early. Lando lurking. Behrman going to try his hand on the outside this time. Franco can give him a bit of a squeeze though, but he doesn't even need to. And he keeps P4. Good work from Colapinto on the defence again. I'm loving this defence from Franco. Tyre delta 6% now to Behrman, 3% to Russell, 7% to Norris. That was around 17% when these guys stopped. So definitely coming back to Franco Colapinto here. And we're saving a bit of fuel and tyres and battery whilst we do this. Stroll has made it back to the pits. As we see there. Max has got the lead by 4.3 seconds. As I say, he dominated in Australia. I think it was by over 30 seconds. Then by about 20 in China over Antonelli. It's going to be a lot closer today. So we've got closer to Max. Not close enough, but he is going to make it 3 wins from 3. So we have got work to do if we're going to take a driver championship battle to him. Constructors are looking good for us though, because Liam Lawson is out of this race. I forgot he crashed out with Bortoleto, but he's not been scoring great points anyway. Right, this is going to be same again then. Behrman on the attack. A little bit further back this time, Behrman. Perez still not stopped. And he is in puncture territory this lap. Behrman has another look then round the outside. Closer around the outside this time, but again, it's harder to get round there. Franco Colapinto says no. And the tyre difference now, just 5% to Behrman. Still 3 or 4% to Russell. I'm just going to forward on till we get to Checo here. As we're going to cruise up to him very quickly. What would be nice is to get past Checo and then for him to get a puncture and hold Behrman up for a little bit here. Just going to use a bit of battery out of here, get this done. There we go. Oh, Checo did get the puncture off that corner. He didn't hold Behrman up. Might have held Russell up a bit, although Behrman's just lost the DRS, it looks like. We'll take that for a lap. He's lost, yeah, 1.7 seconds, so we'll take a bit of respite for a lap here, will Franco. But yeah, Perez has got a puncture. He's tumbling down the order. I don't know what that strategy is all about. But yeah, we just used a lot of battery off that corner, and it's absolutely dropped Behrman. And he's going to be under pressure from George Russell here. Can Behrman defend from him? He's alongside him still. He's trying to fight this Ollie Behrman. And this is good for us while these two fight, because they're going to lose time. But Russell is going to squeeze through. But we've now got a 2.3 second gap to Russell. He has got 4% tyre margin. So if you know us and you watch a lot, we don't forward too much track action. But whilst we've got a little bit of a gap, we'll just forward on. I don't think that gap's going to last long. Again, we are still topping up that battery. Four laps to go. Yeah, we can't really attack on these tyres, can we? Let's just use a bit of the fuel here. How's Antonelli getting on? 5.4 to Max as he's lapping Carlos Sainz. It's 1.5 to George, and it's 2% tyre margin. Looking pretty good, actually. This is looking pretty good. I'm going to use a bit of battery. Just going to use a bit of battery. I'd like to keep that gap at like 2 seconds if we could. But Franco Colapinto, is he going to score a podium here? This would be massive. He started P3, Antonelli started P2, so we would finish where we started. But for Colapinto to lose out on that safety car, to go down to P11, go for an early undercut, to come back to P3 would be a lovely result for him. And he's earned it with the defensive work he's done.
Copy.
4 laps to go then as we start this one. Max Verstappen leads by 5.2. He will win this one. Let's just forward on. Let's watch that fuel. We don't want to be... and we'll just leave Antonelli. There's no point risking that and me forgetting about it. Right, gap is 2.4 to Russell. Tyre difference is now 2%. Max starts lap, is it 40, lap 50, so 3 to go. Or lap 51, sorry. Colapinto still 2.6 seconds the gap. This is looking good for him now. And Russell coming under pressure from Norris now. Alright, they're starting to push a little bit there. The gap suddenly came down from 2.2 to 1.3. Come on, where we need a push. We don't want George coming into the DRS here. He's going to get close though.
2 laps to go. Copy.
Come on, keep George out of the DRS out of here. This is key. We keep him out of the DRS. George Russell starting to push. Colapinto then. Now it's 2 laps to go for him. George is really pushing though. Gotta hope he's just saved a bit of battery and he's now about to use it all. Just extending the gap through there. 2 laps to go. Going back up to 1.4 on George there. Mindful of these tyres. Gotta make this last. Don't want him in the DRS on the start-finish straight because that will really be his only opportunity, I believe. And that's good. That's good pace through there. He's dropping 2.1. I think his little burst of pace is gone. Max Verstappen has started the final lap of the race. Antonelli will soon be on his final lap, as will Colapinto. It's 2.2 seconds to Russell.
One more lap.
And this has been a mega final stint from Franco Colapinto. It's looking good. It's looking good now. Colapinto is down to 32% tire life, but Russell down to 34%. He's dropped 2.6 seconds back. He's not going to reach him. Colapinto is going to claim P3, but Max Verstappen has been dominating this 2027 season so far, and it's not been by 20 plus seconds today, but it is still by nearly 10 seconds as Max Verstappen is going to make it 3 from 3 in 2027 as he wins in Suzuka. Kimi Antonelli started in P2. Perez had a bit of a fight in the first stint, but he looked good for P2 all day long, and it is P2 for Kimi Antonelli. But what about this man, Franco Colapinto? Lost out, unluckily already pitted before the safety car, dropped down to P11, then went for an early aggressive undercut for his second stop, and then has done a defensive job in the final stint, and he finishes P3. Franco Colapinto, he finished where he starts as well, but a mega comeback as Antonelli finishes P2, and Franco Colapinto P3.
Can go more than.
Karun, what a brilliant drive we just witnessed there.
That's a well-earned result. From the factory and on the pit wall, that's a podium.
There we go. Maserati team celebrate another double podium. And that's 2 in a row. China is second for Kimi and third for Franco, and we've repeated that today in Suzuka. So we're looking very good for the constructors. But Max is dominating the drivers, and we'll see that in the championship very shortly. Full classification then, Max wins it, Kimi Antonelli second, Franco Colapinto third. So the top three finished where they qualified, but that wasn't really the story of Franco's race. As we said, dropped to P11 with that safety car, went for an aggressive undercut and really defended well to come home P3, helped by a couple of cars extending that middle stint. But still a good job from Franco. George Russell finishes fourth in the Ferrari. As we said about these McLarens, they haven't got great qualifying pace, but really good race pace. Lando up 9 places to finish 5th. Ollie Behrman 6th, good finish for him in the Williams. Oscar Piastri in the other McLaren up 5 to 7th. Yuki Tsunoda holds on to 8th in the Audi. Charles Leclerc 9th. And Théo Pourchaire in 10th for Alpine. Drivers' Championship. As I say, Max makes it 3 from 3, and he's got 77 points because you also get a point for pole in 2027. He's had 2 poles, his teammate Lawson had the other, so absolutely dominance. He's only missed out on 1 point by having maximum because he didn't get pole in Australia. If not, he'd have the maximum points, 78 points, but he's got 77 out of a possible 78 after the first 3, so we've got work to do to try and take the fight to him. But we got a little bit closer today with Kimi, but not close enough. We didn't have a great start in Australia, so that's why we're not right on his tail, but Kimi does now move up to 2nd, jumping Lando Norris, who's down to 3rd. Franco Colapinto jumps up 2 places to 4th. Bortoletto drops to 5th. Russell up 4 places to 6th. Piastri up 1 to 7th. Perez drops 3 to 8th. Really bad strategy from Mercedes today. And then we've got the 2 Audis. Yuki Tsunoda in 9th. Lance Stroll dropping 3 places to 10th. And then we've already had quite a few point scorers this year. Ollie Behrman in 11th, Mick Schumacher 12th, Lawson 13th, Gasly 14th, Leclerc 15th in the Ferrari. That's his first 2 points of the year, actually, for Charles. Jeez, that's going bad for him. Pourchaire 16th, so 16 out of 22 scored already. But yeah, I didn't realise Charles had not scored points. So he's got 2 points to Russell's 18. It's not too much of a difference, is it, to be fair? But Lawson has 3 points for Red Bull, whilst Max has 77. So out of 80 points, Max has got 70 of them for Red Bull. And I think they'll still lead the constructors because of that. But we should be getting closer. And there, you see it. Max Verstappen takes 26 points this weekend. And say, point for a pole and the win. He takes 26. But we get another 33, so we close by 7. So it's just 6 points now, the gap. So if we have this same weekend in the next one, we will be leading the constructors. So both drivers working well to try and win the constructors. But as I say, we've got it cut out to try and win a Drivers' Championship. McLaren, as I say, they've got a funny old car. They're struggling in qualifying, but good race pace, and they remain in third, up to 53 points. Mercedes don't score anything today. They're now under pressure from Audi behind them, and Ferrari having their best weekend. As we saw, Charles had not scored yet. So 2 points for him, and Russell scored 12, I think. Yeah, so they took 14 points. They only had 6 points before that. Williams jump up 3 places, their first points of the season, all 8 of them coming from Ollie Behrman. RB down 1. Aston Martin down 1 to 9th, and Alpine score their first points. So already after 3 races, we've had 10 teams out of 11 score. Haas didn't score all last season, but I think we had 3 teams, 3 or 4, didn't score until about round 13, 14. So nicely, not more competitive this year, that's for sure. What about pit stops? I don't think we had our best day today in pit stops. Oh, I was saying that. Well, we got first and P4, so not too bad. So we should still be leading that, and we are by 117 points. So this championship is looking pretty good for us, and the constructors looks good as well. But work to do on the Drivers' Championship. Why you don't have Cadillac? I can't have Cadillac unless I replaced my own team, because obviously they will be the 11th team. So essentially, I can't have Cadillac unless I take one of these teams out. Watching Colapinto was like watching Vettel in Brazil. Indeed, that was good work. Good work from Franco today. Very good defensive drive. And that is going to bring this one to a close. So as I say, great drive in the end from Franco. Unlucky to drop down so many places because that safety car, but he really put the work in. Defensive drive, managed the tyres whilst others burnt his tyres up. And yeah, really good work to come back to P3. Kimi was solid all the way through though. He's nailed on for P2. At times, we thought we might be able to challenge Max for the win, but Max just too good at the moment. So we'll have to see how we go in the next one as we head to Bahrain. And the good thing is we will have a couple more upgrades going into Bahrain. So hopefully it might give them the car to challenge Max for some victories, but we'll have to see how we go. But hopefully we'll certainly be closer to him if we can't challenge him for the victory, but I'm hopeful. We're getting closer every race, so hopefully in Bahrain it might be the first win of the season. So make sure to stay tuned, and we'll be back very soon for the next episode in this F1 Manager Maserati series. But if you have jumped in for the first time, we do stream this every Tuesday and Friday. So if you like what you've seen today, do follow or subscribe and come back Friday as we will be heading to Bahrain. That will be the next live stream. Max, thanks for the follow. And before I go, if you can smash that like button, super appreciated, really helps me out. And if you watched on YouTube, do make sure you subscribe and check out the Maserati playlist. If you've watched on TikTok or Twitch, head to the profile in the bio, click the YouTube link, and you'll find our Maserati series over there. So I think we're up to episode 41. So as well as the live streams, we have 2 episodes dropping every week. So you get much more F1 Manager content over there. So do head over there and subscribe. Liam, thanks for the follow. And yeah, apart from that, all that's